What's happening, all you beautiful people? Your boy, the Vaslap, is in the building. It is episode 66 of the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. And we've got our final two games in the Champions League coming up. These two games will determine if we go through in the top 8 and bypass the knockout round 2 knockout phase, or go straight into the quarterfinals, I guess it is, or the round of 16, I think. Round of 16, I guess it is first. Yeah, because there's a playoff and then, yeah. Round of 16 is where we're heading to. We can either get into that or not. All we got to do is beat two Italian teams. One of them is on top of the table. The other is not doing so great. Let's see what happens. Hit like, subscribe. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Get in the game. Right, so we're into the game. Before we jump straight into our first game, which is Inter Milan, let's take a look at how we've fared so far since the last Champions League games for you guys, which was Sporting and Athletic Club Bilbao. I mean, it's been up and down little fixtures, I guess. Gladbach, we beat them 5-1. Horatio picking up a hat-trick in that game with Gomez and Arndt getting some goals as well. We then inexplicably lost to Werder Bremen. I'm not sure how this happened. I did play a bit of a rotated team because the guys were very, very tired. But I mean, 2-0 loss is not great against Werder Bremen, who aren't doing great either. In the Champions League, though, we bounced back with a 4-1 victory over Slavia Prague, beating them 4-1, like I said. Horatio picking up another hat-trick in that one. And Spencer McDermott with his goal as well. We then beat Darmstadt 98 3-0. Horatio Prince and Brenner scoring his first ever goal for Union Berlin in that one. We then dispatched of Eintracht Braunschweig 3-0 in the Polka third round cup. Horatio, Arndt, and Darlin getting some goals in that one. And then we went on a bit of a dry run, I guess, losing to Armania Bellenfield, who are second in the Bundesliga currently. Wallace Ferreira with the goal there. We then drew with Olympiacos in the Champions League 1-1. Paez scored the goal. They scored their equalizer in the 95th minute, which absolutely annoyed me. This sparked a little bit of a change in tactic because I had signed a midfielder, which we'll get to, but then I obviously needed to make space for him, and I decided to change some tactics around because I felt like the three at the back wasn't working great for us. I still don't think it's going to work for us long term. So we have switched to that. In the first game, we switched to that. We drew 1-1 with Stuttgart. Spencer McDermott picked up the goal there against St. Pauli. Beat them 2-0. Vanda scoring, and Horatio, our two Brazilians, picking it up there. We had a real friendly in there. I'm not even bothered with that one. We then drew with FC Köln 0-0. I then tweaked the tactic a little bit more, and that provided us with a 5-1 demolition of our rivals, Hertha Berlin. McDermott, De Valle, Horatio, Arndt, and Frua own goal for us, giving us the 5-1 victory. Like I said, we've got Inter Milan coming up. We've also got Roma coming up in just a week's time as well, with Schalke in between. We're not going to do the Schalke game. We're just doing the Roma and Inter Milan game. Because as it stands in the Champions League group phase, if we beat Inter, we are going through in the top 8. Well, we'll be getting a playoff at least. We'll be confirmed to play in at least the next round at some point. Even a draw against Inter will confirm that, but a victory could potentially confirm us a top 8 finish, depending on other results as well. So like I said, Inter currently down in 24th place. They are absolutely struggling at the moment. In the Serie A, they are top of the table, which is so weird that they are top of the table and 10 points clear of Roma. But if you look at the Champions League, Roma are already qualified for the next round and are in second place now. Leipzig just passed them. So you can see it's up and down in the Champions League. It's very, very much a weird little... It's a weird structure, the whole new thing there. In the Bundesliga, though, we're not doing too bad. We are 1 point behind Arminia Bielefeld, 3 points ahead of Stuttgart in fourth. We are quite away from Bayern Munich, who have all of a sudden just come back after the horrid season they had last season, where they finished, I think they finished like fourth. They now are currently top of the table and are, they 6 points ahead of Arminia Bielefeld in second place, 7 points ahead of us. Only losing 2 games. I think they lost 1 to us, eh? Yeah, they did lose to us in Stuttgart. So there we go. We've only lost 3 games. We've lost to Leverkusen, Werder Bremen, and Bielefeld. And like I was saying, Werder Bremen, they were 7th, Leverkusen 9th. We shouldn't be losing to those teams, but we did. Anyway, let's talk about that transfer. We have a few other transfers that we need to talk about. We'll talk about the ones out at the moment. A couple of guys just went out on loan. And then the big one is Alexandro Aguileta has gone to Holland to try his trade on loan with an option to buy. I've decided that we can let him go if need be. A 1.4 million option fee, a little bit less than his his release clause. And then Frencher and Fekete also going out on loan just to get some game time, as well as Roll's out of contract at the end of the season, so he probably won't stay much longer. But with that being said, we've made a couple of signings. We have indeed. We've signed 2 new players. First one being Daniel O'Shaughnessy. I suppose if you watch the show, it's Oshak Hennessy right in the building. The Irishman, 21 years old. We spent a lot of money on him. We bought him for £32 million. And I know in the grand scheme of things in the football world, 32 is not a lot, but it's a lot for us. He was worth it. Look at these stats. Just absolutely brilliant. That does mean, though, we had not much space for him. Unfortunately, he's not available for this game because we can't register him for the Champions League only in the next round. So he'll have to just relax a little bit on today's episode, I guess, because you're not going to see him in any of the 2 games. And then the other signing is a backup right back in Bryce Bamba. So we brought him in, the Ivory Coast, not international. He's 18 years old, though. He's young, from Atlanta. Brought him in on loan. There is an option to buy if we want him. I think the option is like 14 million or 15 million. 24 million. I was way off. So there we go. 24 million if we want to buy him. Has played 1 game as a sub. And the reason we had to bring in Bryce Bamba is because Kendrick Paez here has decided to get injured by a hip injury. That's all it gives me. He's out for 8 weeks. So that's 2 months of action he will be missing. And we needed that right wing position. So let's take a look at the new tactic. This is what we're going with. It's a 4-3-2. Well, I suppose a 4-3-3 initially because they're inside forwards. And then out of possession, we drop to a diamond formation with Gomez dropping a little bit deeper. So initially, Oshak Hennessy is the man that comes in the middle. He will be where Gomez is. Gomez and Prince will be rotating that side. Vader and Cull rotating that side across there. I just figured that Vader and Cull are just not performing as defensive midfielders. So it does cause us a little bit of issues. But anyway, this is the team that's starting against Inter Milan. We've got Silva in goals, Brenner on the right, Aleu, Devele, Otele, Prince, Gomez, Vader, Arndt, Spencer, McDermott, and Horatio. The reason Olete is starting, Akiba is still recovering from his injury. He's not 100% fit. I don't want to risk him. And then reason Brenner is starting is because Cesar is still injured. He will only be fit in the next 7 days. Kikidakis is also out injured. So both our starting left wing backs are injured, which means Otele, who is a natural centre-back, is going to fill in on that left-hand side, the Luxembourgian international. I don't even have Espinoza registered for this, so I couldn't even use him, which also means we're going to have 3 subs short on the bench and 2 injured guys on the bench as well. So that's going to be fun. Let's take on Inter Milan, hey? All right, we are underway in this game. A big game for us. They got Urbig, by the way. He's a FM24 legend. this guy. He performs ever so well in F1. He's still very, very good, actually. Come to think of it, so that's not bad for them. Gomez, though, has the ball now. Brenner cuts inside beautifully, cuts in deeply, beautifully. Oh, what a goal. Our South African steps up yet again. Brenner with the goal. His first goal in Champions League football past the formidable Rig. But a good little cut in from Brenner to really take out Koch completely. And then a solid little smash into the old onion bag. It's 1-0. That's how you do it. 5 minutes in. Absolutely. Things you love to see is a South African scoring on the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. I actually want to talk a little bit about Brenner as well. We need to chat. This man has developed so well. So well. Don't ignore the down arrows. This man has developed so well to the point where I'm even considering maybe next season starting him ahead of Cesar. That's how good he's been now. I mean, Cesar's been absolutely amazing, but Brenner has really stepped up in this injury time for Cesar. They almost got a little chance in there with Lipiri, their top goal scorer. But Silva, I think, had that covered. There's Mora, the one wonder kid that everybody loves to try and grab, right? Fortunately, we were playing with Kruger United back then when we had the opportunity to try and sign him, and we weren't ever going to sign him then. And that is a back of a goal from Lend. I think it's a silent N. Lend. What a finish, though. Jeez, I can't even be mad at that. Our lead lasted 2 minutes. Mora, his corner was cleared initially by Gomez. No one pounced on there. We had all men back for this corner. Led cuts inside past Vedder. I thought he was going to just try and cross it. Instead, he cuts inside and then absolutely smashed it into the back of the net. That is a good goal. That is a good goal. Where's Led from? Brian Led. He's French. It's probably Lender then. The French like to have random silent words in there. Rodrigo Mora is still very, very good, isn't he? 30 years old. He's still very, very good. All right, we're not panic stations just yet. Like I said, we have been a better team in Champions League. Like I said, we are currently in the top half. They are struggling to just keep afloat. Vedder loses out to Lend again. Mansilla goes long. Plenge looked like he was offside. Silva, though, makes the save anyway. And the ref's flag does go up. It was never going to count, even if Silva didn't make that amazing save. That was a great little save from him. In terms of out of possession, we've actually changed him to be a sweeper keeper, so he does come out a little bit more. Spencer McDermott is through one-on-one with the keeper. Takes opportunity. What a defense. Who's that? Kashanov. I think Kashanov. I didn't even know that. Tuccio bringing it forward from the counter-attack. Here comes Koch. Trying to penetrate the defense. And he does. That's what I get for making a stupid little comment. 2-1 Inter Milan. I mean, Patel is being. It's showing that he's not a left back, isn't it? He literally got Shiboboed there. That's not good. Can't blame Devel and Aleyu too much there. Yeah, we did lose Aleyu, by the way, in January to the beginning of January to the AFCON. He had a run with Nigeria, got his first caps for them, and they decided now was the time to start it. Weird corner from them, and it's hit all the way out. McDermott is the only man forward. He's got Horatio with him, with acres of space, and he finds Horatio, puts it in the back of the net. You don't give Horatio that kind of space. This man is absolutely gold. 5 goals in 5 matches in the Champions League. A counter-attack from the corner. Spencer McDermott. If only I had 50 million, I would sign him permanently. That man is... This new formation has absolutely solidified Spencer McDermott as a world-class player. If I had 50 million, I would buy him. He's on the... By the way, the O'Shea Hennessy that we bought, he was number 4 on the Next Gen Top 50 2 years ago. That's when I first came across him. We were still with Royal Antwerp when I had scouted him. It was in the same year that Spencer McDermott was number 50 on that list. Lend for them now, beating Olet again on that left-hand side. Brenner trying to do something. Alayu pushed Lipini. And it's a penalty for Inter Milan. I think VAR is going to give it, right? Yeah, there was a clear push there. We could see it. Penalty now for Inter. Been a very eventful first half, that's for sure, though. Mora with the penalty, and he's going to score. He scores his 5th goal in 7 matches in the Champions League. And it's 3-2 Inter. 5 goals in 1 half. It's been a great one. We don't need to see the replay for the corner. There's a kickoff highlight. And we've got possession. Vader goes for Otel. Finding Spencer McDermott. There we go. Regan Spencer McDermott brings it back. Trying to beat his man Otel. It's just not a left back, and it's showing today. It really is. He's caught well out of possession now, and Plenge is through. Plenge is going to try and cut inside. Finds Lupini. It's 4-2. I mean, Lipari, not Lupini. That's an R, not an N. Atal, I mean, that's onside. That's not going to be offside. Yeah, I don't know why VAR needed to check that. And that's his first goal in the Champions League. He's their top goal scorer in the Serie A, and he's only scored his first goal in the Champions League. Otel has been absolutely shocking as a left back today. And he doesn't have bad stats. He's just been really just dominated on that left-hand side by Lent and Mansilla and Plenge. There's another highlight before the end of the half. Although we had 3 minutes, we've played all the time. Mansilla is going to play it across, looking for options, and Olet just pulls down, and he's on a yellow. Is he going to get another? He's going to get a red card. The Luxembourgian has been sent off, and we have no other left back. We've got a Kiba, but he's not fully fit. All right, I've got to do it. Got to sacrifice Prince, and that means Gomez will just come to the side there and then play like that. We won't play with the DM. This game has just gone from bad to worse. And all we needed was a draw to qualify, and now we are losing 4-2 and lost a man. And we are just getting absolutely smashed by Inter Milan. Oh, can't even change the tactic or anything. It's going to shout at the players. Hopefully that encourages them to just be better. Oh, man. They took off Leperi, by the way. He got injured, so Kamara's come on there now for him. Mansilla for them with a throw-in just after the kickoff. I mean, there's not much we can do in terms of changing personnel and moving things around. We are going to have to play a little bit more sheltered football, I guess. And that's not how you play sheltered football, guys. Silva makes the save to prevent a 5th goal for Inter Milan. And now we've got an injury. Alayu is injured. I guess Bars will come in there. He's the natural replacement for Alayu, and he did play in that role during the AFCON. And I mean, he is our club captain, so I suppose he should be starting. Oh, it's a little bit of heartache. Brennan trying to go over the top to Arndt. Arndt looking for options, finds Brenner again. Back to Arndt. And he gets dispossessed. And now it's another counter-attack from Inter Milan. Kamara for them has some space on that right-hand side. Brenner's done well to get back. And it took a deflection. And it's 5-2. Oh, this is probably our worst defeat in the Champions League. I don't want to see that. Let's make some swaps as well. We need some fresh legs on there. Arndt is looking absolutely horrible. Inagay can come on the right-hand side. Vader has been absolutely pathetic. Cull come in there. I mean, it's very attacking formation with 10 men to keep it, but I'm not going to change that. And that's all our subs, really. Don't really have anyone else to bring on. Suppose we can bring on Darland for Spencer, but I mean, Spencer's playing. He's the only one that's actually playing well on today. Him and Horatio. It's been bad, isn't it? Oh, I mean, it doesn't get easier. We got Schalke next. And then Roma. What we can do, though, is hope that some of the other results have gone our way and we stay in the top 8. And then just need a good result against Roma, I guess. Which is easier said than done. But I guess this is a real wake-up call in Champions League football for us. I knew we weren't ready for Champions League, and the fact that we were in the top 4 is quite remarkable, to be honest. We got lucky with the draw. You know, Sporting, Atletico being tough teams, and Inter and Roma being the 4 only tough teams. The rest, I mean, we maybe should have beaten Olympiacos. We're sort of on the same level as them, I guess. But like Slavia Prague, we did quite well. Anderlecht, we beat them nicely. We did a couple of good teams. Inagay, though, he's not giving up. Inagay has somehow managed to slip in and score one, albeit a consolation 5-3. At least the goal difference won't make a factor then if you're going to make it down just to 2 goals. But that was a good play from Inagay on that right-hand side. A good, solid finish. I like that finish. That was a nice finish. That was good. That was absolutely good from the youngster. How old is Inagay now? He's 19 now, and he's still improving. This man's going to be absolutely fantastic. He did recently get called up to the Belgian squad as well, but didn't play for them. There we go. 5-3 loss to Inter Milan. We will just dust it off. We'll see you guys in a week's time. We're taking on Roma, where I think that is going to be a little bit more important than this game at the moment. Because as it stands now, there's still obviously a... Oh, hold on. Just FM manager things. I see Vader is injured. Alu is injured. Vader... Only 8 days, that's fine. Alu, 4 weeks. Let's see who's secured their playoff spots. Real Madrid, Man City, Barcelona, and Newcastle have now all secured their Champions League spots. We dropped down to 9th. Oh, even on points with PSG and Atletico Club Bilbao. And now we're taking on Roma. Right, guys, we are back for the Roma game. We beat Schalke 1-0 thanks to a Horatio goal. We're now coming into this one. We've got a lot of problems at the moment. Saba injured. He's out with a virus. Patel is suspended. Aleyu is injured for the next 3 weeks. Paez is still injured. A lot of players unregistered, which means, again, we are 4 players short on the bench now. But the good news is Akiba is fit enough to play, so at least our left-hand side won't be that bad. And I need to change that. That's only a mistake. We do have a potential player leaving the club. PSV Eindhoven made a £12 million offer for Prince. I didn't really want to sell him, but the board stepped in and said it was an offer we couldn't reject. We bought him for $6 million last season. He's performed very, very well for us. And I'm a little bit annoyed that Prince is going to go because he's actually been a very, very good, useful player for us in that midfield. So he's potentially starting his last ever game for us. I'm playing him as the DM side. Gomez on the right. I want to try and give Gomez a little bit more time on that side. So this is the team that's starting: Silva, Brenner, Bars, Devele, Akiba, Gomez, Prince, Vader, Arndt, Spencer McDermott, and Horatio. Like I said, we need to win this game, because if we don't win this game, there is a outside chance. We have qualified for playoff spot at least, so we can't finish lower than 24th. So that means at least we are going to go to at least a knockout game next time. However, we can still finish 8th. All we've got to do is beat, league leaders Roma, and then hope that Bayern Munich, Newcastle, Man City, Porto, and Barcelona, at least 2 of those teams, lose games, and we go ahead of them. Yeah, That's it. Nothing too huge. Let's see if we can do it. We need to beat Roma. Let's go to the game. There we go. We got some music to kick us off. Home game, home field advantage. We have been very, very good at home. And it is time to take on the mighty, mighty Roma. They play a very, very narrow formation, don't they? This is a weird formation. A 4-1-2-2-1. It's a weird formation. That's out of possession. I didn't check that it was out of possession. I thought it was there in possession. That's weird. Out of position, that makes a little bit more sense, and that's a looping header, and that guy scored. I'm not going to even try and pronounce his name. I'm guessing he's Georgian, but yeah, 10 minutes in from a free kick, Horn back post, and I'll try to say his name, Karabashvili, I think. Karabashvili, we'll go with that. Scored a looping header over Silva. Fantastic. There we go. A bit more normal formation. The guy's just... It's a very weird formation to switch to, but hopefully that means we can hit them on the counter attack or something. But yeah, not looking great at the moment. I'm not going to really bother keeping eye on the other matches because at the moment we're losing and it doesn't make a difference. Kabashvili again with a free kick, and Silva to the rescue. He has been absolutely fantastic. Ignore the Inter Milan result because, I mean, that's not great. They got Calafori as well as left back. That's fantastic. Mark Gayu up front with Konate. Koulibaly in the midfield. They've got a very, very, very good team, actually. They've got Neeson in goals. That's the goalkeeper I tried to sign when he was 19 years old. Yeah. Shows you I should have signed him when I had it. Well, I did try and sign him. He rejected our offer. Back at Royal Antwerp. Brenner cuts inside nicely. Looking for options. Brenner goes deep to the back post looking for McDermott. Can't find him. Finds Akiba, though, the left back. Cuts inside nicely. Akiba to McDermott and a great save from Neeson. Venturo now bringing it out on the counter-attack for Roma. Konate not going to get past Captain Bars with that effort. And you know what? We might be losing 1-0, but we are actually performing quite well. It is half time already. I'm actually going to tell the players, you know what? I'm going to just tell them to show me something else in the second half. Let's see if we can just kick it up again. Everybody's motivated. Everybody's looking happy. Except for Spencer McDermott. He's the only one that didn't take nicely to my team talk, but the rest seem good. There's a throw-in now for Roma. It was their left back. Their right back, by the way, scored the goal. Konate goes for a long-range effort. Not going to bother Silva's goal from that distance. Surprisingly, Silva has quite a good home record when it comes to keeping, you know, saves and shots and those sort of stats. I'm not showing it here today, though. Well, I suppose he did save a great free kick, but did concede a goal with a looping header. That was a crunching tackle from Nico Gonzalez on Prince. Horn cutting inside now, looking for options. Goes back to Nico Gonzalez. Koulibaly with the long-range effort. You know what? They can take all those shots. They can take all those shots they want. We just need to hit one of ours. We're not doing that at the moment. And shout words of encouragement. Maybe that helps. Always forget we can still do shouts again now. 65 minutes in. Let's bring on some fresh legs. Gomez not playing great out on that side. We're going to bring on Cull for him. We're going to switch Cull and Vader around. Vader's a little bit better on his right foot. Elsewhere, Spencer McDermott is playing terrible. Darlin come in there. And you know, Arndt also not playing great. We'll bring on Inagay. Vader also not playing great. I don't have another midfielder to bring on. All right, Valor just needs to improve. We are a bit light on every other position except defenders. That's all the positions I can bring on. And so far, defenders are actually playing quite well. We'll keep an eye on a keeper. You know what? I'll take a keeper off because he is coming back from injury. Kikidakis can come in there. It's the fresh pair of legs on that left-hand side. And always sometimes make a difference. I kind of don't want to end the Champions League on a loss, though. Because, I suppose we're not out of the Champions League. So we'll go to the knockout rounds before we go to the round of 16. But that does mean we have to play 2 extra games this season with a squad that's thinning. Oh, hits the crossbar. Inagay. Was he talking about a squad that's been dropping like flies and thinning out? And Inagay just smashed the upright with that chance there. That has probably been our best opportunity we've had. You know what? Screw it. Very attacking. Let's go. That's push. Let's absolutely go for it. 3 minutes of extra time is going to come, and it's going to go. It is going to be a loss, a 1-0 loss against Roma. I suppose in the grand scheme of things is not the end of the world. They are the league leaders, and yeah, I think that's actually their first dropped points in the Champions League. And we'll double check that now. But that is not a bad result in my opinion. We still go through to the next round of the knockout phase. I'm not sure who we're going to play, though. I think that draw is still going to happen. But yeah, but they did lose 1 game. Okay, I thought... And they've conceded only 5 goals. Can you believe it? Anyway, it does mean we are going to finish off in 17th place. And we could potentially have matches against Sporting Lisbon again. Lille, Arsenal, Porto, Atletico Madrid, Inter, Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Napoli, Molde, Genoa, Anderlecht, Tottenham, Copenhagen, or Monaco. One of those teams could be our, is going to be our next opponents in the Champions League. And now I just see a Saudi team is interested in our top striker. The board don't step in, that'll be absolutely great. So board, chill, relax. We don't want to do it. Please. The problem is Al Ittihad coming in. And I just remembered Horatia's got a release clause. How much is his release clause? 35.5 million. I wonder if we can get him to sign a new contract. Well, you guys will find out next episode, I guess. We are going to end it off here. The draw hasn't happened for the Champions League, so you know what? It's going to be a mystery for both of us. Thank you very much, guys, for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and them haters. We're through to the next round of the Champions League. Not round of 16. We've got to go through a playoff. Some big teams in that playoff. Hopefully, we can continue the Champions League dream. Stay tuned for that. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.